Lil Baby and being in the streets always kind of went hand to hand. I mean, the man got mugshots going back years. Even just a few months ago in August 2024, the man got arrested on some charges. He was out in Las Vegas. He had that thing on him, but it wasn't illegal. He had a permit for the weapon, but there was a problem. That permit he had on him was a Georgia permit, and those were not valid in Las Vegas. And for a while, people was thinking Lil Baby might be cooked, but the charges did end up getting dropped. One article on the situation wrote this: Metro police officers then interviewed Lil Baby, who admitted that he knew he was carrying a in the casino, which was not allowed, but forgot he had it with him after visiting a nightclub earlier. And the arrest report said he had the concealed weapon permit from Georgia, but detectives told him that this permit was not valid in Nevada. Jones was arrested on the charge of carrying a concealed weapon without a permit, and then prosecutors dropped the charges on October 1st. But this situation was like the tip of the crime iceberg with Lil Baby, because this is the same man who had a fear that he might get a RICO through on. If you remember, back a couple years ago, every artist was getting hit with a RICO. And Lil Baby just so happened to have a little collective, a little group under him that went by the name 4PF. For a while, Lil Baby whole branding was 4PF. If you was gonna see Lil Baby, you was gonna see something to do with 4PF. And with this being his whole branding and his image being a street dude, you can kinda see where I'm going. They was trying to treat Lil Baby like they was treating Young Thug. Back in 2022, when Young Thug, Gunna, and all these YSL members, the collective Young Thug had going on, was getting put up against a RICO charge, they had a 56 count indictment put on them. Complex wrote this on the situation: Young Thug and Gunna are among 26 people associated with YSL that have been charged in a 56 count indictment on Monday. Young Thug was taken into custody after his home was raided and is being held at the Fulton County Jail. He had been charged with conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, the RICO, and participation in criminal street gang activity, according to jail records. The conspiracy charge stems from an alleged incident that occurred on January 24th, 2013, while the gang charge is connected to an alleged offense from May 12th, 2018. And so after Young Thug got hit with his RICO, YSL got hit with a RICO, it kind of opened a can of worms. After this happened to Young Thug, all these other rappers started getting these eyes put on them. They started getting watched. People was like, are they gonna get hit with the RICO next? The law was like, I might hit y'all with a RICO. They was teasing niggas. Atlanta police was like, you know, we got more RICOs on the way, but we ain't gonna say who or when, just know they coming soon. And so all of these rappers was panicking. People was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be a part of this group. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I should watch what I say, because even if it's not true, they will try to use it against me. Even if I get on this track and tell a lie, you never know how they're gonna come at me. And I'm not gonna lie, they did have a reason to fear, because the feds wasn't playing. I don't know if I can find a pic, but I vividly remember back during that time, 2022, it was all these images circulating online showing that all the gang/rap labels that the feds was coming after. And Lil Baby having this fear was not crazy, because Atlanta was trying to put out them RICOs. And I'm telling you this, back when all of this was going down, the city, Atlanta was saying that more RICOs will be coming by the end of this summer. Like I said, they didn't give a specific date, but they gave a timeline. They was like, we gonna get somebody else. One article on the situation from back then wrote this: Lil Baby has broken his silence about the rumor that his crew might be the target of an upcoming RICO case brought forward by the Fulton County District Attorney. On Thursday night, July 21st, Lil Baby tweeted about a lucrative idea that he's trying to put into action. I'm trying to start an investment group for the young black millionaires. We can run the world if we play it right, Lil Baby tweeted. A Twitter user replied to the post saying that Lil Baby might want to be more aware of the rumored case around him. And after the fan said that to Lil Baby responds saying, only God can judge me. The article then went on to write, last week while commenting on the expansive RICO Young Thug case, Fulton County's district attorney remarked that there would be 2 more high-profile RICO cases coming down the pipe within the next 60 days. She did not say who the targets were of these RICOs, but they were rappers or rapper related. But even though it wasn't confirmed that Lil Baby had eyes on him, he still had that feeling. He had the feeling in the back of his head. And so he played it smart. He was like, you know what? I'm not going to waste time. I'm about to start switching shit around now. So he started changing around his whole branding. He slowly started to scrape away the 4PF branding from his name and turned it into something else: Glass Window Entertainment. And that was what he had been working on over the past few years, detaching himself from the 4PF name because he had a feeling it was getting targeted. In a podcast he did with Leotti a few months ago, he spoke on why he ditched 4PF. Revolt wrote this. During the sit down, Lil Yachty and Lil Baby discussed music and they discussed Young Thug's legal situation. And at one point, Lil Baby confirmed that his long-running 4PF label had come to an end. Now he handles business as the head of his current imprint, Glass Window Entertainment. And he said he did this because of everything that was already going on. And he stated his reasoning behind that decision. He said, I had to start learning that as far as other people's assets, I could be held accountable. And I ain't know all of that at first. Never would I have went this route, but I ain't know. Now that I know, I'd be a fool to just keep the same thing going. He was talking about 4PF. They trying to make something out of something that it ain't. If I got any kind of control, I'll say, hey, you got to switch all of that up. It ain't even about the police. It's just period. I was never supposed to make my label something I talk about. He further explained how he advises up-and-coming moguls to create labels that don't got nothing to do with nobody. So basically he's saying, I started this and I didn't know what it could become. I didn't know that the feds was gonna try and put me behind anything that these artists do or these people do that's under this label that I created. So he took a step back. He was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do that again. He learned from his mistake. He seen that the feds was watching. He seen what happened to Young Thug and how they was trying to put all these Ricos on all these rappers. So he locked in. He switched everything go. And so we had Lil Baby feeling some type of way about 12 looking at him, and he had been trying everything in his power to shake him off. But you should have knew 12 wasn't going away that easy. Fast forward to the other day, even after everything that Lil Baby tried to do, even after all the separation he tried to do with him and 4PF, he in some hot news again. And this is bad, and I really do hope that he didn't have nothing to do with this. So the other day, police department in Atlanta, or in that Georgia area, came out speaking on the situation that they claim to involve Lil Baby.
The investigation aspect of this, Lamont Freeman was allowed to be a 13-year-old for 27 minutes before gang violence ultimately took his life. Gang violence that was orchestrated by adults in our city. And cowardly acts of an Atlanta-based rapper that decided to go over into a rival gang stronghold and shoot a music video in a place that he knew he should not have been. And in the subsequent days, we saw homicides and shootings, and ultimately the deaths of two as a result of his cowardly actions. And you know who you are. And I tell you that this team will work relentlessly to hold you and the persons that you are affiliated with responsible for those actions.
And this clip was really a lot to unpack. He was basically saying that Lil Baby had something to do with it that went down and got some killed. He said that he wasn't playing about trying to put Lil Baby behind bars. And really for the past 2 days, we haven't heard much from the situation. But we had people wondering what if Lil Baby actually has something to do with what went down, because they trying to say that 4PF and this other gang in the city was going at it. Shots went off. Problems arose. And the shots just so happened to go off where they were around. And so this going around on the internet, this going viral because we basically had the police department calling out Lil Baby. Now, he didn't say Lil Baby's name in this clip, but we would get information after this clip came out that specifically said he was talking about Lil Baby. So we had the whole internet paying attention to the situation, and Lil Baby wasn't saying nothing. Lil Baby didn't respond. He was just letting people say what they say. And we wouldn't really get a response from Lil Baby or his team until last night. Lil Baby's attorney would come out really speaking on what happened, giving his thoughts on the situation. The part of the press conference on Wednesday by the Atlanta Police Department that made an obvious reference to Dominique Jones, Lil Baby, was complete and total nonsense. To say that he couldn't shoot a music video in his hometown, a place that he loved and has continued to uplift, is disgraceful. Even more, the location for a major music video shoot is a decision made by a professional team and not a decision made by any individual. Bringing his name into a conversation regarding a terrible crime for which he had absolutely no involvement in is unprofessional, unethical, and shameful. Lil Baby is devastated about the situation because those children came from the same neighborhood he did, and he will continue to build up his community in any way he can. And so after we had Lil Baby attorney saying that he ain't had nothing to do with this, we also had warrants popping up that said Lil Baby has something to do with this. But not only was this warrant floating around online, we also had rumors that Lil Baby was arrested floating around. And for a good bit of yesterday, people was believing that. People was like, damn, this little baby really arrested? Like, did he really get locked up? No, he didn't. He came out saying that was capping, that he was not locked up. But that warrant is still online for you to read. And this is what the Atlanta Police Department put up. During this homicide investigation, with assistance from the gangs unit investigation of the criminal street gangs involved, the evidence revealed an ongoing dispute between 4PF and Only My Family, OMF, a subset of the Goodfellas criminal street gang. Music artist Dominique Lil Baby Jones, affiliated with 4PF, went to this place to shoot this music video shoot on May 14th, 2024. The area is known to be frequented by OMF members and those involved with Dixie Court. Before the video shoot could take place, Jones and his associates were shot at by multiple assailants after the incident. OMF members who facilitated at another street, and an innocent victim was. This then led to back-to-back retaliation shootings between the gang. The violence of targeted shootings informed law enforcement of the stronghold locations held by the gangs, as the victims in each case displayed an affiliation or association with either side. Both gangs are known to have historical conflict. However, the violent acts against individuals in each gang were reignited on May 14th when the leader of 4PF, rapper Dominique Lil Baby Jones, chose to shoot a music video in the Dixie Hills neighborhood of Atlanta. The choice to shoot a video in the Dixie Hills location was problematic because 4PF and the resident gang members at the other street already had a contentious relationship due to belief that the 4PF criminal street gang is responsible for the August 2021 death of their associate named Big Mark Holland in August of 2021. Once the video shoot commenced, the set was met with a barrage of gunfire. 3 people were shot during the incident, and the gang's leader, Dominique Lil Baby Jones, was almost struck by gunfire. After the incident at the video shoot, a series of linked aggravated assaults and homicide took place in the following weeks between the two gangs. And so it seemed like 12 is looking into it, and they not playing about what they trying to do to Lil Baby. They saying that he had something to do with this. They saying that this was his fault that these 2 boys died. Now, what do I gotta say to that? I don't know, but that's what the RICO Act is for, because that's how they try to get niggas. You started 4PF. This was your branding. You repped this thing for years. You was always throwing up the 4. You was always saying 4PF. Now 4PF did something. They killed the, and now they trying to throw the book at Lil Baby. I don't really have no thoughts on it because I don't know Lil Baby. I don't know if he really had anything to do with this or not, but this situation should be a wake-up call for some of these other rappers who still repping these gangs or repping these groups, knowing what they be doing in the streets. You tried to separate yourself from the brand, but it was a little too late for that. Fed seen through that. The 12, they seen through what you was trying to do. You seen Young Thug get hit with a RICO, you tried to stop yourself from getting hit with a RICO, but it's looking like it ain't working out. But right now, it's looking like Lil Baby might be on the run or that the feds might come get him soon. What do y'all think on this situation? And what do y'all think is coming next for Lil Baby?